Yeah, my name is Dixon. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Magdalene and I'm also happy to be here.
Welcome guys. As we go through this discussion for today about relationship. Na tutaanza what I want us to talk about, we really need to know about relationship na youth, what is happening, issues that tumekuwa tukiona youth waki undergo through, some things as in whereby we can educate one another, at least we avoid some issues zenye zimekuwa tukiona kwa TV, on social media, everywhere. Sasa Dixon, let me start with you. What do you really think about a relationship na youth nowadays?
Now let me start by saying relationships are good. And it is usually based on relationships are mostly based on trust and commitment.
Yeah.
But challenge muona watu wengi wanakuaga nayo ni hiyo part ya kucommit.
Yeah. Commitment.
Why? This is because most napataga wase wengi either wako kwa relationship for the wrong reasons. They do not understand why they need to be in a relationship. Because before uingie mahali lazima wewe mwenyewe ujijue. So for you as a person and as a youth, unafaa ujiulize, why am I getting into this relationship? What am I looking for? What do I want to gain in this relationship? When you are a youth, uko peak. Sasa ndio everything is, yani hormones zako zimeshika, yani kila kitu iko on point. Sasa ndio yani unasikiaga uko
uko na hiyo energy, yeah, exactly.
So hii time ndio watu sahau most, because it's sema ati I am perfect. I was there, but most najipataga ile feeling ya kutaka kusikia uko alive, but tunasahau ligi that it is time which is going.
Okay, I'll get back to you. Magdalene, what do you really think about the current relationship na youth?
For me, I think to start with, difference ya relationship za sahi na za kitambo ni exposure. Sahi, yani youths wako na access to everything.
Yes.
Unajua kitambo kabla uget into relationship mpaka mzazi alikuwa anajuanga na anakuambia nisiwahi kuona kijana. Unaona, baadhi hata a long time ago nikiwa mdogo kusalimia kijana ilikuwa basi ni mko kwa relationship. But sahi things have changed, which is a good thing todo, because which is a really good thing, but then again there's a lot of exposure. Youths wanakuwa, yani they're going too deep into the relationship. Kitambo unajua ulikuwa na, yes uko na boyfriend but you're only writing letters. Unaona, there's nothing too serious. Sahi things are much different. Unaona, exposure inaonyesha we can have sex, you know, we can do this and that, we can take drugs, things like that. I think that is the biggest difference between relationships za sahi na za kitambo. Exposure.
You see, kitu nilikuwa nataka tuongelele ni with the current youth na relationship, as in your relationship per se, do you really think youth wana understand when they are getting into those relationships? Do you really think wana understand that ya kwamba first, am I ready for that relationship?
Yeah.
Second, I'm getting into a relationship with who? You get? Because it's kind of unapata youth wanaingia tu kwa relationship, as in I don't know kama ni trend era, what I can say, ama tu ni ile first what can we call it, ile first eye, ile umekas the first time umeona kama ni dem ama ni boy, as in kuna tu ki feeling tu kina ku drive, you just want to get to that person.
I think unaona vile vitu zimekuwa zikiendelea, especially on social media and the current trends. Wengi naweza sema it's about curiosity, it's about fun.
Yeah.
They don't think relationships are very serious until kuna age fulani watu wanasemaga yeye sasa nikifika kadhate maka 35 hapo sasa ndio naanza kutafuta bibi. They forget that when you're young, these are the relationships you're going to find. Juu ukifika 30 ama 35 hiyo ndio time sasa utakuwa very busy. your friend zones ama your social life itakuwa imepunguka kabisa.
And even you're supposed to be serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
So sahi relationship sahi kama ni youth, sasa nafaa kuwa nafikiria nikiingia kwa relationship sahi msee natafuta ni msee anataka kunijenga. Sawa, msee niko happy na yeye. Msee ako down to earth. Unajua kusemaga down to earth ni it's a good figure of speech. Lakini but they don't understand yeye kusema down to earth means, because down to earth to me is not down to
No,
earth.
okay, what normally happens, interpretation is totally different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the way me will interpret, interpret your kitu, it is not the way uta interpret.
Yeah.
But I think it's very important for us to understand. Kwanza, first of all, this okay, the issue about this relationship.
Yeah.
You see, relationship is not about ati kuendaga out na mtu ama ile muna get into other things as in with your partner, you get, because I think my youth hawajui ku differentiate between those two things. Because unapata tu mtu as in ameingia kwa relationship whereby hajui kama am I really ready to kukuwa na relationship na mtu kwanza in the first place, ama as in is that person mwenye nataka kuwa relationship, as in mwenye nataka ku start a relationship with kama yuko ready.
Sometimes inakuwa pia pia pressure. Unajua?
Exactly.
Huyu ako na dem mimi sina, huyu ako na chali mimi sina. Unaona? Umeenda funky ya shule umetana na boy. That's that. You forget everything, self control to the wind, you see.
Yeah.
You forget all that because of peer pressure and all that. But then again, at the same time, see, I think we are at an age where we are not supposed to tell the youth don't get into a relationship. I think what is most important sahi ni mwambie umedecide, so here is what you have to do. 1 2 3. Kuna a small cousin of mine aliniapproach akaniambia kaniambia unadhani sahi ni time poa ya ku get into a relationship? Nikafikiria nikaona nikimwambia hapana ni unrealistic.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day it will happen.
Yes.
Unaona, they are young, they are exposed to so much, their friends tell them everything, they have phones, you see.
Yeah.
So I had to sit down and tell him, number 1, try not to engage in sex.
Exactly.
Let's be just honest. Sindio? Juu sex ndo inaleta early pregnancies, you see. Alafu wasichana amalizi shule ama maboy, ama unapatata boy amehave kuacha shule angalie his small family. You see? So I think at a point we have to tell the youth the truth. Tusiwaambie vile tulikuwa tunaambia na wazazi wetu, usiingia kwa relationship, ukisalimia kijana utapata ball, unajua?
Yeah.
Acha tuambie tu sahi, because it's true. Sahi wezi ambia young boy ati hapana ukiingia kwa relationship this will go wrong. Tell them the truth. That will help. You see? Yeah.
Okay, do you really think Dixon, do you really think there is that time whereby ama age, do you really think there is that age at youth anastahili kuwa na get into relationship, as in is there a specific time at youth say this is the right time sasa niingie kwa relationship?
Hapo ndasema when it comes to growth of youth, tusidanganyane. Feelings zetu zilianza ile time ulisikia dole imeanza kugonga. Hiyo ndio time ulianza kusikia nikiona kale kadem nasikiaga vizuri.
Yes.
Na hapo ndo napataka kale ka courage kakwenda kufanya nini? Ama unapata uoga.
Yeah.
That is your courting stage, ama dating stage. Hiyo ndio time unafaa kwenda kumingle.
Yeah.
But sasa wakati wa kitambo, was Magdalene was saying, wakati wa kitambo it was a bit reserved kidogo. Juu kama ni kupatana na maboy na madem walikuwa napatana either majioni kwa tugiza kwa tukona ukitumwa kwa duka. Those were the times ungepata kachance kakwenda kugotea kale kadem unafikiriaga sana.
Yeah.
But sahi with the social media we having, sahi simu watu wako keyboard warriors, huku nyuma tu ni hivi kurusha and relationships sahi they are based on phones, not actual person to person. Na hapo ndo challenge zetu zote zilianza. But wewe sema ati kuna age fulani ati watu wanafaa kufanya nini? Ile kitu wanafaa kufanywa ni kuguidiwa.
Exactly.
And ask for advice. Because kuna msi alikuwa hapo mbele yako. Na usikuwe na kiburi ati ufikirie ati you are smarter than the rest of the people. Hautawahi. there is always somebody smarter than you.
Exactly.
Kama mtu kama miaka 15 anafaa kutafuta mtu ako an age group higher.
No, what I was trying
Why?
to no
Ndio
what
wapate ngoja. Ndio wapate some advice. Because especially ukitafuta mentor mzuri. Unajua kuna hizi youth zingine bado hajajifigure out in their life. But if you find somebody older than you, mimi sasa nikiwa tuseme I'm 25, I need to look for somebody who is already now married. Anajua he has gone through this thing. So huyo anaweza kuwa mentally guide. Yenyewe sasa hapa niko hapa na hapa because meeting girls and having feelings for them, it's inevitable. So siwezi sema ati there's a specific age group ati unafaa kufanya nini ati kwanza relationships.
Yeah.
But juu sahi ile maneno iko ile kitu iko nyeti right now people are just meeting. Even sahi ingia simu yako dating sites ziko, ingia Facebook watu wanakatiana. But unajua anajifichaga nyuma ya screen.
Yes.
But when it comes to face kama wakati wa kitambo ngori inaingia. Yeah.
Okay, kuzwe ni msichana. I want at least, I don't know kama ni kitu yenye ndakuuliza ni, do you really think madam when they're getting into relationship nowadays, do you really think they're serious? Ama what do you really think about ladies in relationships?
For now, I think it's totally different na ile time yetu. Najua, hata niseme tu time yetu, tuseme ile time ya kitambo.
Exactly.
Juu sasa hii unaona mtu anaangalia YouTube aone mademu vile wanakaa, vile wanavaa, you see, even around you. So number one, ile kitu inakudrive kwa relationship yako na do. Sawa, twende. All caution to the wind, twende na yeye. You see, but sometimes you have to think about how am I building my life? Unaona? Sometimes una have to think huyu mtu atanisaidia aje. You see, if I'm in school, I don't think kuna business yangu kuingia kwa relationship juu nitafanya aje mtihani kama bado nafikiria mambo ya. You see? So I think girls, saa zingine umemaliza high school, yes. Are you looking to go to college? Is that the guy, you know, advising you ama encouraging you to move on with your life in terms of growing yourself? Unaona? Number one, na encourage kwenda shule ama kurealize dreams zako. That's a good man for you. Basa hii watu wamesahau the what you have to look for in a guy, and they are driven by mostly money. You see, mostly money,
materialistic things.
Yeah, exactly. They are so materialistic, and sometimes it will be exciting at this time for you.
At the moment.
But afterwards in your life, when you think about it, when you come back to think about it, you're going to have to, unajua uta regret.
Yeah.
You will. Yeah.
So I think, in other words, what we can say is that my youth, anytime they are getting into a relationship, first, you need to take time to learn that person.
That's true.
You need also to take time to know so much about that person, whereby lazima ujue mtu as in anafikiriaga aje, as in mtu as in amekuwa ndio afike to that point, amekuwa aje, you get? Because there's, unajua by the way watu wanafichianaga mambo mob sana. Whereby unapata mtu amekuwa into so much issues zingine, whereby wakati yenye amekuja amepatana na mtu ana try ku hide the past. That's why unapata you get into a relationship and then much later hapo mbele unapata kama ni mumeanza kama kudate, ina reach to a point unapata kama ni dem amepata ball. Haya mmeendelea hivyo, mmepata mtoto. My friend, wakati yenye mtoto anakuja, that is the right time. Kila mtu anatoaga the actual picture of a person. Unapata sasa because sasa kuna responsibility. So ile yenye umekuwa ukificha ndani yako inatoka nje. And then you find that's why most of the relationship they don't even go far. Because first you got into a relationship whereby you never understood the person. Second, mumesha hurry things. Mumesha kama ni mtoto amekuja. As in mnakuwa yani in a way, okay, mkianza ilikuwa very sweet. But wakati responsibility inaanza ku add up.
Things go tough. Get tough. That's true.
So I think we really need to caution my youths before getting to a relationship. They should take time. They should learn people. Get to know about the background of a person, because even background of a person affects my youth. Unaweza pata my youth unapata ni mtu mwenye amelelewa in a way whereby, do you know, you see what people don't understand nowadays, venye my youth wanalelewa it's totally different unapata mtu mwingine amekuwa maybe it's either it is stigma, mwingine amekuwa na stress, you get, mwingine peer pressure, you get. So when you get into a relationship, try at least to try kukua in a relationship whereby you take time, you understand the person, at least uone kama kuna mali mnapelekana, you get.
And also to add on that, I think pia wewe unafaa kujiuliza on your own level, why am I ready for this? What am I looking for? Is this the right time for me? Because unaweza kuwa maybe kama uko chuo, your studies are more important. Kama ni madema hatawaisha,
Exactly.
wadi wako. Kama ni chadulu unafikiria ukiwa dem hataenda mahali, but your education itakupeleka far. So you need to think about yourself. Ujiulize, is it the right time for the right time for me to be in a relationship? What am I looking for? Where does this relationship go? Even after maybe 1, 2, 3 years.
Yes.
But ujiulize tu wewe mwenyewe, because at the end of the day it's your life.
That's true.
Whatever happens in that relationship ni yako.
Exactly.
You shall take it. Si tutaachia msee mwingine, ni wewe utaibeba.
Alafu pia vile tu Dickson alikuwa anasema, kama unahitaji kuongelesha mtu, tafuta mtu si wa rika yako. If you are 15 year old, can look for someone who is 25 years old. Huyo amepitia all the things that you are going to go through. Muongeleshe, don't be afraid to talk. You know, some of us, we have younger sisters and brothers, and it's nice, it feels nice when someone approaches you and akwambia, I'm going through this and this. Then you come down to their level and tell them this is what goes on. And then as an older person giving advice, don't be afraid to share your story. Unaona, sasa kama mimi with my sister, by day I sit down, I tell her this and this happened to me, and this was the result. So from there, anaweza understand why you're telling him or her what you're telling them. Yeah. So seek for advice, but from someone who is older than you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a very good point. Yeah, I think my youth wanastahili wanakuwa open minded.
Yeah.
And I think they really need to be seeing the bigger picture, not the moment. Because when you're getting into a relationship and then you just think about the moment, what about huko mbele?
That's true.
That's why unapata hizi mahiccup kila time, every now and then. Ukiingia tu kwa social media, ukiasha TV za news, unasikia tu ni mambo tu zina happen tu. Yeah, I think it's very good, my youth, tuko tunaongea mambo kama hizi openly, at least 1 or 2 people. By the way, there are so many people who are affected outside there. It's only that the more focus inakuwa na the better side of life, but the challenge yenye my youths wana undergo through yenye atuonagi, you get. And I think that's why we are always here to talk about this issue, because I know it's going to touch a lot of guys, and na watu wengi sana itachange watu wengi sana, by the way, because it's very important. Sio kila wakati tu tuna discuss the right side of what we see, also what about the other side. As we wind up, can you tell my youth something?
I think my youth mnafaa sana talk to people. Talk about your feelings, talk about,
but not to anybody.
Not with everybody. Your parents sana ni watu wa maana sana. Also
parents.
Yeah. Because every parent anakuwaga msi anaweza kujenga. So talk to your parents, talk to
if you don't have a parent guidance,
ongea tu na hata kama ni wazee wa kijiji. If you are an orphan, talk
somebody
to
you are connected to.
Person you can trust. Ask for guidance. Some things tunapitiaga sisi kama mayouth, we harbor them in our hearts, and if it was not to affectigi when the time comes for us to maybe express ourselves and maybe open up.
Okay.
So mayouth, bonge, semeni, talk to people.
As we wind up, something.
Mimi nitasema good times are there. And happy times are there. Na hazitawaisha. But there's always time for everything.
Exactly.
Kama uko shule, prioritize on that. Then ukishamaliza one stage, wenda stage nyingine, hii stage itakuwa more enjoyable kushinda uki-involve in it way earlier. You see? So there's time for everything. First do one thing, first finish with one thing, then you can now prioritize on the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much for this time. At least tumediscuss kitu yenye inaweza saidia. And I think this is a very big discussion whereby we will be having another part of it. But as for now, we say thank you so much our fans who are watching. We want them to subscribe, we want them to share, we want them to like, and we want to tell them to wait for part 2, because this is part 1. Part 2, because there is so much we really need to discuss about relationships.
Yeah.
So in part 2, we urge our fans to be ready for it. It's coming very soon. Thank you very much, and let us meet next time.